Hey guys, welcome into another episode of Fantasy Football Academy 2020. I am, of course, your host, the Dean of the Academy, Neil. I'm here again by popular demand with my man D-Money. Daniel, what's happening, my man?
Oh, nothing much. How's it going?
It's going good, going good. You know, trying to get through this whole COVID quarantine thing and, just trying to give the people some content. So thank you for joining me again. I appreciate it. I know, you heavy into fantasy and heavy into the Saints. See you repping your hat. Still got repping the Kamara jersey. You gotta love that. And of course, as you see behind me, I got my throwback Darryl Green, diehard Redskin. So hail to the Redskins. Gonna give props to them. Curious to see what they do. We got a little over a week before the draft starts. A week from tomorrow, everybody, listen up. There's virtual things happening. Okay, so get ready, get on your computers. We're going to be able to watch it, and it's going to give everybody who is an NFL fan, a fantasy football fan, an opportunity to be so more involved with the draft than you've ever have been because of this quarantine thing. And, you're going to be able to get a lot of information for your draft upcoming. So that's what we're hoping to give you this week. This is our fantasy relevant free agent and draft pickups, deletions, additions episode. All right. So, D, we're going to get into the one that shocked the entire fantasy football world, let alone the NFL. DeAndre Hopkins being traded to the Arizona Cardinals. Man, look, I don't know who decided to pull this trigger on this. I don't know what your take is on it, but to get David Johnson for DeAndre Hopkins, the Cardinals should be put in jail because they just stole everything from the Texans. What you take on that, my man? What you got going on for fantasy?
Man, I think it's going to be great for Kyler Murray because he got somebody else to throw to. Let's think about it. If Arizona, for the past 10-plus years, you knew Larry Fitzgerald was getting the ball. So he was going to always be double. So now you got DeAndre Hopkins. It should boost Kyler Murray up. And, man, NFC West defenses, look out.
I'll tell you, man, look, it's going to be nuts in the NFC West. It's going to be crazy. You got L.A., the Rams. I got to be specific because we got two teams in there, but we got the Rams basically dismantling their team is what it looks like from the outside. I don't know what they got planned. They just signed, Jared Goff. They got him under a big contract. They let Brandon Cooks go. Clay Matthews is gone. They got a couple other key defensive guys that are gone. So I don't know what's going on there. The Legion of Boom no longer exists in Seattle. Okay? And the Niners, I mean, they're coming off Super Bowl hangover, so who knows what's going to be going on there. And there were rumors that, Brady was going to be coming to San Fran and all this other stuff. So I don't know how that's going to play with Jimmy G, how that's going to set in his mind, whether he's going to come out on fire and wanting to prove to everybody that he isn't the quarterback that they saw in the Super Bowl and down the stretch only threw for like 77 yards in one game. I mean, come on, you can't win in the NFL just throwing for 77 yards. Let's get real, guys. So, dude, Hopkins to Arizona. Not only does that jump up Kyler Murray, who was showing flashes of brilliance down the stretch, just get more comfortable in that offense. This offense is tailor-made to blow up. This is going to be a mirror image, and mark my words, I'm telling you right now, this is going to be a mirror image of what the Rams did a couple of years back when they blew up and they were just throwing the ball all over the place. You got Kenyon Drake coming out of the backfield, okay? They just signed him. He's the man. He is the man in the backfield. There's no David Johnson. He's gone. He's over in Houston. You ain't got to worry about it, okay? There's nobody behind Kenyon to pull the rug out from underneath him. He showed what he could do last year. Christian Kirk. Now, here's the thing. With DeAndre Hopkins there, we all know that his biggest gripe in Houston was not getting the ball enough. So he's gonna be crying for the ball, and he's gonna be the squeakiest wheel in the league, okay, if he doesn't get the ball. And they're going to want to throw it to him. So Christian Kirk's fantasy value is going to take a little dip here. In my opinion, it's going to take a little dip. And like I said, with Drake getting tagged and playing on his contract, okay, there's going to be that share there. Larry Fitzgerald, yeah, he's going to get a little bit. I would suggest that you look at Larry Fitzgerald, maybe taking a little bit of an uptick because you got the pressure getting taken off of him. Of course, everybody's going to be keen on DeAndre, but come on, DeAndre's going to beat double teams. We saw him do it in Houston. It's nothing new to him. Okay, he's going to get the lion's share of these touches. So, next up, what we got next on the list, D?
Tom Brady to Tampa Bay.
Whew, man, the GOAT going to Tampa. What you take on it, my man? What's going on?
To be honest, everybody's hyped about it, but I don't see it. He's going to be 43 years old when the season starts. You saw his play take a decline last year. I'm giving them 10-6 at the best.
Hey, look, I know. Now, look, some of our viewers are watching you right now. I'm telling you, they're watching you, and they're seeing a Saints fan talk about Tampa Bay. Okay, and the 10-6. I can see 8-8. I can see 8-8 with Brady. I know a lot of Vegas is putting the Bucs are right now, they putting them out there as playoff contenders, that they can get into the playoffs. Y'all, look at the stats. Tom Brady is one of the worst quarterbacks statistically when under pressure. This man folds faster than origami in a rainstorm, okay? I'm telling you, he's like D said, he's 43 years old. He ain't getting no younger. He doesn't have Belichick's defense to back him up. And even though Tampa does have a decent defense, as it showed last year, it ain't nowhere near what New England was doing last year for him. And their offensive line, ask Jameis Winston how that offensive line held up, okay? The man threw 30 picks. I'm not saying that Brady's going to throw 30, but I'm telling you right now, the only guys that I want offensively from this offense is Chris Godwin. Yeah, you heard me right. Chris Godwin, not Mike Evans. What you think, D?
Oh, yeah, it's true, because Chris Godwin was just like everybody's sleeper. Like, especially in the fantasy world, Chris Godwin get you at least about 20 points just about every game. Like, he'll catch about 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. He just went off. And it kind of put a drop in Mike Evans' play because everybody doubled him. But last year, Jameis killed them with Chris Godwin. So you really don't know how to receive him. But Chris Godwin, I think he's going to be even better next year. Well, this year coming up.
Hey, look, I'm going to tell you right now. Everybody knows who Brady's boy was in New England. Who was Brady's boy in New England, D?
Julian Edelman.
Edelman. What's Edelman? Edelman's a slot receiver.
Slot receiver.
Okay. What is Chris Godwin?
A slot.
All right, so I'm telling you right now, you want Chris Godwin because Tom Brady cannot sit back in the pocket and wait 5, 6, 7 seconds to get that ball out of his hand anymore. He can't do it. He's not going to scramble around like that. And the offensive line is not going to hold that much. He can't wait for these plays to develop down the field for Mike Evans. He's got to dump it off. And who's he dumping it off to?
Godwin.
Exactly, my man. I mean, look.
And the thing about him.
Go ahead.
Mike Evans, he's only a possession receiver. So he's not going to be catching them quick passes and get up the field like Chris Godwin would. So.
Exactly. I mean, and look, who's their running back?
I think Peyton Barber, I want to say. His name.
You don't even look. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. That's the thing. There has been and we're not even sure what kind of system they're going to run. Yes, we know that Bruce Arians is absolutely in love with Tom Brady. He's been wanting to coach Brady since I can't remember when. Okay, he's always wanted to work with Brady. Now he gets his chance. But here's the thing. Is he going to bring in a Belichick-like system, a New England system, into Tampa to mold around Brady, or is he going to try to fit Brady in to just throw down the field, lob it down there to Evans that he had with Jameis Winston? Jameis Winston's arm's a lot stronger at this stage in his career than Tom Brady, okay? Everybody, when this thing went down, everybody's like, oh, Mike Evans, this is going to be just like with Randy Moss. You realize Randy Moss was like 10 years ago? 10 years, man. Look, Randy is in a booth somewhere doing commentary. He's in a studio doing commentary, breaking down film and stuff right now. Okay? He ain't out there on the field no more. And Brady is about there as well. Okay? I'm telling you, Chris Godwin is the man in fantasy football if you want anyone on this offense. Next one. You can tell by the jersey behind me, this next one is going to kill me to talk about. This is absolutely going to destroy me, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. D, you know what I'm talking? Dak and Amari stay in Big D. They finally got it done. Jerry Jones got off his wallet, opened up the Brinks truck, backed it up, and dumped it all over Amari Cooper, okay? Look, I don't know what they're thinking. I know that I found out, here recently that the Redskins actually offered Amari Cooper more money than the Cowboys did to go to Washington, and he declined the offer. He said he wants to stay in Big D. There's only one reason that he wants to stay in Big D. That one reason has 3 letters in his first name, D-A-K. Dak Prescott is the only reason that Amari Cooper turned that money down from Washington, because Washington does not have a clear-cut quarterback. Their quarterback situation is in shambles. Yeah, Redskin Nation, I'm hearing you right now. I'm hearing you screaming. They don't have a solid quarterback, okay? There's rumors about them taking Tua Tagovailoa out of Alabama in the draft with the 2nd pick. I don't know what they do. Don't ask me what they're going to do. Either they take Chase Young or they take Tua or they drop back. I don't know. The way that Dan Snyder works, I have no clue what he's going to do. Okay? But this Dak and Amari staying in Big D is bad news for the NFC East. I'm telling you right now. Okay? They've got one of the best running backs in the league. They've got one of the better up-and-coming young quarterbacks. Now, here's the only problem with Dak. The only problem with Dak is he doesn't have a contract. If he does not have a contract by the time the season starts, I'm telling you right now, he's going to torch them, and he is going to he could hold out. I'll start the rumor right now. I'll speak it into existence. I want Dak Prescott to hold out. Okay?
Yep.
I'm telling you, he's going to go out there because the guy that he is, he's going to go out there and he's going to perform at a high level. Okay? I'm not saying maybe number 3, number 4. He'll probably be a top 5, top 6, definitely a top 10 fantasy quarterback for you this year. Okay? Amari. Which Amari Cooper are we going to get? Are we going to get the Amari Cooper from the first half of the last season that just absolutely blew up? Or are we going to get the Amari Cooper that got dinged up, came back, and was absolute trash from there until the end of the season? What do you think, Dean?
Well, I dislike the Cowboys just like you, so I'm hoping we get that second Amari. But you really don't know, because like you said, if Dak holds out, who knows what can happen? Because think about it, with Zeke holding out last year, it didn't matter. I mean, because you can always put in a running back anywhere, but you can't just find any quarterback. So that should be interesting with the Dak and Amari thing, because Dak put up good numbers. Well, like when he's like playing, like despite them going 8-8, he really did put up good numbers. So it could be interesting to see how the Cowboys do. Hoping they go 8-8 again, but who knows?
Hey, listen, just in case you guys are wondering, and just so you know that I'm not speaking from a place of resentment or a place of just dislike for the Cowboys, which I definitely have. I'm gonna throw a statistic out at you. For fantasy football in standard league scoring, according to fantasypros.com. Go look it up, fact check me, comment below. While you're down there, go ahead, subscribe, hit the little bell, subscribe for me. Okay, you like the content, you like what we're doing, show me, show D some love, all right? Subscribe, like, share for me. Dak Prescott, number 2 quarterback in fantasy football and standard scoring leagues with 348.78 points scored. Okay, number 2. I'm telling you, he's going to be up there, okay? Just in case you're wondering, Amari Cooper, number 7. That's right. He was a top 7, even with the falter at the end. You really think that he's going to falter after getting this big contract? Is he fully healed? Did he not have enough time in the offseason? I think so. I think he did. So look out. There's going to be some people that are going to be sleeping on him. You might be able to pick him up in the 2nd, maybe 3rd round. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Keep your eye out on him. Who we got next, D-Money?
Ryan Tannehill and Derrick Henry staying with the Titans.
Woo. What's your take on this one, my man?
Man, I'm thinking it could. Derrick Henry, I know he's not going to be able to perform at that high level, but I think he's still going to be good, though. And with Ryan Tannehill, I think it was a good thing because, he took him and Derrick Henry took them to the AFC Championship. And like you said earlier, in the last episode with A.J. Brown, that's going to be a big threat. They had him and Tannehill develop a good connection. So I think Ryan Tannehill is going to be a top fantasy quarterback. Derrick Henry going to probably be the best running back you can get in fantasy.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna put it to you like this. I said in the last episode about trying to find in the last episode that we had, find the league that's best for you. And we talked about scoring. We talked about standard scoring. We talked about PPR. This move right here, for having Derrick Henry stay in the offense that is making him a star. Stay with the quarterback that is helping him out. Stay with a good young receiver who can take some pressure off of the box. They're not putting 8 in the box. They're not putting 8 defenders against the run. They have to account for the wide receivers. They have to account for Tannehill. In doing this is where standard scoring and PPR come into play. Okay, I'm going to read you a little something. For PPR, Derrick Henry was 5th. Now that sounds pretty good until you go to standard scoring. Standard scoring, he was number 2 behind Christian McCaffrey. So you got 3 spot jump just based on your scoring, okay? If they get Derrick Henry involved in any kind of way in the passing game, watch out. He's going to be the new number 1 running back in fantasy football. Okay, next one we got up, Phillip Rivers to the Colts. Look, the man's been in San Diego as long as I can remember. He's been a fantasy beast when it comes to quarterback play. Okay, he's always been able to be dependable. There are a few games where he might disappear, but the Chargers were always behind. They were always slinging the ball. They always had catching running backs coming out of the backfield, a la Austin Eckler. So, what you take on him going to Indy? Who gets the biggest bump? Is it Marlon Mack, running back coming out of the backfield, or is it T.Y. Hilton?
Personally, I think it would be T.Y. Hilton get the biggest bump because Phillip Rivers, he got old. I mean, he does put up a lot of fantasy points, but he can't, throw the ball as far as he used to. So, and then with T.Y. Hilton, with his health, he doesn't play, that much anymore. He can't perform like he used to. But, with Marlon Mack, I think it would be, he'll still have his numbers because he can do it all. Kind of like something like Christian McCaffrey can catch, can run, but who knows what can happen.
So you're looking at Marlon Mack to get a bigger bump than T.Y.?
Yeah, it's kind of hard for me to say. I really don't know. I think T.Y. Hilton numbers might drop.
Look, we all know that the injury bug is a very fickle thing. We know it's real. Okay, ask anybody. D, I'm talking to you right now. Ask anybody who had Drew Brees last year about the injury bug. Missed 5 games.
Oh.
Okay, I know they killed you. That was killing you. As a Saints fan,
I did.
And as a Saints fan, as a fantasy owner, I know it killed you. Now look.
Oh, that's why I came in last.
Hey, look, T.Y. played 10 games. Okay, he missed 6 of the games. That's almost half the season. Okay. He missed a good chunk of the season. If he can stay healthy, okay, we saw what Philip Rivers meant to Keenan Allen with the Chargers. Okay, we saw what he meant in that offense. He can still sling the ball. His arm strength, I believe, is still there. He's still got a couple good years left in him. I believe that this move is a bridge move by the Colts next 2 seasons. They've got him for the next 2 years. I don't think he's going to be a Brady and a Breeze that can play as long and perform at that high level. But I still think he's got some juice left in him. My opinion, T.Y. is going, if he stays healthy, and this is the key, if T.Y. Hilton stays healthy, because of the injury bug, he's going to be low. Look for him late. Look for him past the 5th round, okay? If he is there, go after him. By that time, you're already going to have a couple of wide receivers that are decent, that are going to be very highly productive. If you can snag T.Y. Hilton, if he falls that late, go after him. Okay, next one up. Who we got?
Austin Hooper to the Browns.
Look, the only thing I got on my notes is what? What is Cleveland doing? Making this man the highest paid tight
end.
What? Come on, Cleveland. Look, look.
Typical Browns.
Look, hey, Cleveland, right now, if there's an executive from the Browns watching right now, I will come and play for Cleveland. Okay, if you got that kind of money just to flush down a toilet, I got that kind of money. I need that kind of money, okay? I need that money.
Did it with Odell.
Okay? Look, they flushed it with Odell. Look, the Browns are the Browns, okay? Cleveland's Cleveland. It's for a reason, okay? It took LeBron James how long to get them a championship? Okay? I'm telling you right now, he had to leave and come back in order to get them a championship, okay? Cleveland, look, hey, much respect, much love for your fan base, okay? As a Redskin fan for the past, 20 years, we've been dying for a decent quarterback. We ain't had one. I understand. I can feel some of your pain. It's nowhere near what the Browns fans are feeling, okay? I'm sorry you got all hyped for Baker Mayfield. I'm sorry you got all hyped for having Odell Beckham Jr. and Jarvis Landry together again and having Kareem Hunt back and having Nick Chubb run all over the competition. But Austin Hooper, guys, come on. Yes. I'm telling you right now, this is where you have the talent level that we were talking about. You got Kelsey and Kittle at the top of the food chain for tight ends, okay? You drop that down a little bit, you got Mark Andrews coming from Baltimore, all right? After that, it's wide open, okay? There's no reason to take Austin Hooper for that much money, Cleveland, okay? From a fantasy perspective, I'm telling you right now, from a fantasy perspective, it's okay, but you still got David Njoku there.
Yeah. Oh, he's still there?
You still got David Njoku. Okay?
Yeah.
What are they going to do now? You got 2 tight ends that can actually wreck a game. Okay? I loved Austin Hooper. I thought that he was good. I don't think he's worth being the highest paid tight end in the league. Okay? No way.
No.
All right.
No. He's not on George Kittle or Travis Kelce level.
So I'm telling you right now, if you miss out on the top 3 and you're desperate and you want to hold off, Hooper will more than likely be there for you. Okay. Okay. So now I'll tell you like this: Austin Hooper last year. I'm looking at the numbers now. Austin Hooper 116 points over 13 games. So he missed 3 games. He ranked number 7 on the list according to fantasypros.com. Okay. Now, that's over guys like Tyler Higbee, Hunter Henry, Darren Fells, Greg Olsen, Noah Fant. And Noah Fant was an absolute darling for some people in fantasy football. Some people just absolutely fell in love with him. Yeah. He's raising his hand. So now there's another one on this list, Jack Doyle. Okay. This is somebody we forgot to. This is somebody we forgot to mention with the Colts with Philip Rivers.
Mm-hmm.
Look, Jack Doyle's going to be there, guys. Take Jack Doyle. Eric Ebron's out of town. Eric Ebron, and we're going to talk about this here in a second. Eric Ebron's going to Pittsburgh. Okay, so Jack Doyle benefit much from Philip Rivers being in Indy. Okay, so moving on. We're going to go to Teddy Bridgewater. Now, D, as a Saints fan, you know something about Teddy, don't you?
Oh, yeah, man. Teddy was great. Went 5-0, couldn't do any better.
Hey, look, and he's going to the Panthers. He's going in division. What do you think about him going
in division? Oh, man. I think it's gonna be a little tough for him because he practiced with the Saints, so he's gonna kind of know the defense. Unless they change something, but it should be interesting, though.
Now,
so I'm ready to see what he's going to do.
Here's what I found interesting about this Teddy Bridgewater acquisition by the Panthers. What does this do to Christian McCaffrey? Because he was playing with absolute garbage with Kyle Allen. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
He played with a Cam Newton that was not the rushing Cam Newton that we knew and loved. Okay? So playing with all that, now he gets a mobile, younger Teddy Bridgewater. How do you think this is going to affect him in the run game and the pass game?
I think it's going to enhance his performance even more because, like you said, you can throw it to him, you can hand it off to him, he can kill you, put him in the slot sometime. Like he can absolute nightmare for defenses. So I think his play is gonna either like go up or stay the same. So either way, McCaffrey's gonna be good.
See, D, I'm gonna agree and disagree with you on this one. I'll agree that McCaffrey's gonna be McCaffrey and he's gonna do good. Here's the thing, and this is what we talked about last episode. We talked about touchdown regression. When you touchdowns up here and they drop a little bit because that level's not sustainable. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Fantasy fans, this is what I'm talking about. Listen up to the dean. Dean class is in session right now. Pay attention. You got Christian McCaffrey. You got Teddy Bridgewater. Something got to give. Teddy's going to snag some goal line rushes. I'm telling you right now. Watch for it. There's going to be some of them where he fakes that handoff and it takes it around the outside, and you're going to see him trotting in the end zone where it used to be Christian McCaffrey. You're going to see him running for some more yardage, so you might see a dip in his yardage. Yeah, he's going to get his points, he's going to get his yards, and he's going to get some touchdowns. He's not going to get as many as he did last year. It's going to be up there. It's not worth him dropping in your stats, but he's going to drop a little bit. All right. So next one, who we got there?
Stephon Diggs to Buffalo.
Look, I'm gonna tell you right now, as a former fan of Captain Kirk, Mr. Cousins, I love you to death, and I hated seeing you go to Minnesota. And I know you're going to be missing your boy, Stephon Diggs, but you still got your main man, Adam Thielen, there. Okay? Now, here's the issue that I have with Diggs, and we're going to go back and forth on this, okay? Stephon Diggs is the squeakiest wheel in the NFL since Antonio Brown has been gone. Okay? He's been the biggest crybaby about not getting the ball. Okay? That's going to change in Buffalo. What this does to Cole Beasley and John Brown in Buffalo is this. Boom. They're going down. Lay off of them. There's only one person to have, in fantasy football from Buffalo as far as receivers go, and that's going to be Stephon Diggs.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what do you think it's going to do for Josh Allen for his fantasy value?
I think it's gonna boost him up because he never had a big receiver. All he had was those little slot receivers like John Brown, Cole Beasley. So he got somebody to throw to, and he could stand in the pocket, or he can take off and run. So I think he's gonna be all right in fantasy. Josh Allen's I think he'll be a good fantasy quarterback. No, I wouldn't pick him like in the first round or nothing, but good asset, great asset.
Hey D, don't lie. You know you pick him in the first round over Drew Brees. Yeah, I'm just giving you a hard time. Look, as far as Allen goes, Allen is a great young quarterback. He's got a rocket arm, and the man loves to run. Okay, he loves to run. They finally got him a target that he can throw to down the field, somebody that's deep. But here's the problem: is that Kirk Cousins is one of the most accurate quarterbacks down the field since he became a starter with Washington. He has been one of the most accurate quarterbacks. Josh Allen, not so much. The only guy, if I'm not mistaken, y'all can go check my facts on this one. The only guy who has a worse accuracy is the other Josh Rosen, who doesn't even have a starting job anymore. Okay, he lost it to the beard. He lost it to Fitzmagic down in Miami. Okay, So look, I'm telling you, not only did Josh Rosen get kicked out of Arizona, got kicked to the curb in Miami, the only person that Josh Allen beat was Josh Rosen. Come on now, Stephon, you talked your way from one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the league to one of the worst accurate quarterbacks in the league. So you might have cried, you might have whined, you got what you deserve, brother. So good luck with it. And anybody who takes Stephon Diggs, get ready for some heartbreak. That's all I got to tell you.
Oh yeah, about week 5 you'll be crying.
Look, Emmanuel Sanders to the Saints. D, you got to love this one.
Oh yeah, I love it. Give Drew Brees somebody besides Michael Thomas to throw to. You double Michael Thomas, Emmanuel Sanders can get you too. And the Saints pass first offense, so you know Emmanuel Sanders will get a lot of fantasy points.
Yeah, and this is the thing that I'm not really sure of. I'm not really sure of what Emmanuel Sanders' fantasy value is actually going to be. Because, yeah, he could get in. He could wreck a couple of games here and there. You know Michael Thomas is going to get his share. They're not going to lay off of him. And look, here's the thing. This is what this all hinges on. Alvin Kamara, Michael Thomas, Emmanuel Sanders, Jared Cook. Okay? All 4 of those targets, all 4 of those weapons are going to hinge on one thing. You mark my words. Where do the Saints go for another quarterback? They lost Teddy. Apparently, they like Taysom Hill as their backup. So if they got Taysom Hill as a backup, guess what? He ain't going in for trick plays. They can't afford it. They got to go out. If they go out and they get in the draft a decently high quarterback, watch for Taysom Hill to do exactly what he did last year and snake catches from every receiver, snake touchdowns from Alvin Kamara. Okay? If they don't get another quarterback that's capable of being the number 2, if they get a clear-cut third-string quarterback and they don't trust that Taysom Hill is not going to be able to go out there and be that Swiss Army knife that he's always been, and they're going to protect him and make him the true backup and only have him come in every now and then, that's going to give everyone's fantasy value a boost. But watch what they do in the draft. Yeah. Watch what they do between now and the opening of the season. Okay? So, next one we got. Todd Gurley to the Falcons. Look, here's the only question I got. Is he worth it?
Personally, I don't think so. Because you saw last year with the Rams and even the year before, he played hurt most of the time. And they gave him all that money, made him the highest paid running back at the time, and then did nothing. His play declined. He only rushed for 600 and some yards last year. That's not worth no $15 million a year.
Listen, here's the thing that you need to look at. You need to look at, number one, like Dees just said, the team that gave him that huge contract, the $54 million contract, they let him go. They let him just walk. And if he was all that, if he thought in his heart and he knew in his head that he was going to be the running back that he's always been, would he really just sign a 1 day after he got cut, sign for $5 million a year? Really? There's something going on and we don't know about it. Fantasy fans, this is what I'm talking about right now. You, on this note right here, you should subscribe just for this. This fact right here. This is the kind of background that you need to make wise fantasy football decisions for your draft. Is there something going on with Todd Gurley? Yeah. I talked the last episode that I put up about name blindness. You want to be blinded by a big name? There's no name out there in the running back field that is bigger than Todd Gurley. Okay? Todd Gurley was a fantasy beast. Beast, I'm telling you. Okay? Now, he's got degenerative knees. He ain't going to be able to run. And this is Atlanta, guys. Atlanta ain't got no D. They're going to be throwing the ball all over the place. He's not a pass-catching running back. He's not going to be coming out of the backfield with this. Okay? It's not going to be happening. So, don't be blinded by the name, guys. I'm telling you right now. Next one. Look.
Only get him if you're desperate.
Exactly. Next one up. Who we got, D?
Jimmy Graham to the Bears.
Look. Jimmy, you know you ain't been good since you were with New Orleans. You know that Drew Brees made you. You know that Drew Brees made you. You couldn't make it with Aaron Rodgers. You couldn't make it in Seattle when you had Russell Wilson. Okay? Mm-hmm. What makes you think that Mitch Trubisky is going to do you anything? And he's got Case Keenum. There's not even a solid quarterback in Chicago anymore. And somebody was dumb enough to give this man a contract. Look, if he was smart, he would have come back and signed for the veteran minimum with New Orleans. Okay? Mm-hmm. That's what he would have done. He would have had a reunion with New Orleans. But they didn't want him. The only one that was going to give him anything is Chicago. Even my beloved Redskins, with all the concussion problems that Jordan Reed has. They went out, they had Vernon Davis out there in a wheelchair catching passes last year. Okay? I remember Vernon Davis when he was back in Maryland catching passes at the University of Maryland. Okay? Look, Jimmy, love you to death. You were good back in the day, but guys, lay off of Jimmy Graham for your tight end. Okay? Next one. We mentioned this one earlier. Eric Ebron to Pittsburgh. Now, D, what you thinking about this one?
Man, I think that's going to be great because look out to get him in fantasy because Big Ben, no more Antonio Brown. You don't know what Juju, what he's going to do. And Big Ben loves those big targets. So I think fantasy owners, Ebron.
Look, Pittsburgh fans, if you're out there and you're listening, show me some love. Let me know. If you see a second coming of Vance McDonald with Eric Ebron, I'm with you. Okay? Vance McDonald was a beast in fantasy football. He was a beautiful thing to have on your roster. Now, will Ebron be the same thing? He's out of dealing with Jack Doyle in Indianapolis, so you don't have to worry about that. Is there really another target for Pittsburgh in the short range game? No. 10 yards and in, man, you hitting that big target. And if Big Ben can stay healthy, he's going to find that guy he's going to find Ebron in the end zone, guaranteed. Next one we got No, I tell you what. Here's the thing. We're gonna double up on this one, D. We're gonna go double on this one. Since they both have to do with the Texans and they both have to do with wide receivers, can you tell me how desperate is Houston? They got rid of one amazing wide receiver, and they had to replace him with two guys that nobody wanted. Come on, man. What you think about this, D?
Man, personally, I don't think nobody can really. I don't think the people they got could replace DeAndre Hopkins. I mean, that's just a amazing receiver. But with Randall Cobb, this be okay. But the injury bug kind of got him too. Like his last few years in Green Bay, and Brandon Cooks get a concussion every week. So,
look, for those of you who don't know, what D is just saying about concussions. On his way out of town, there were papers that were saying concussions, plural. So, but he only missed like 2 games. So was this man playing on concussions? We don't know. So if he's playing on concussions, one hit, Brandon Cooks is done. Do you really want that on your roster? No. And as far as Randall Cobb goes, look, Randall Cobb has been through Green Bay. He's been through Texas. He's at once with Dallas. Okay. Couldn't stick there. Now he comes to Houston as a replacement for a partial replacement for DeAndre Hopkins. The only person that this does anything for is Deshaun Watson. All it does, look, I'm telling you right now, those who can remember a couple of years back, every single year, it seemed like the only person that you wanted for fantasy football on the New England Patriots was Tom Brady, because he was the only one getting you any points because they spread the ball around too much. You didn't know who was getting the ball on any given Sunday. Now, here's the same thing. You got a younger quarterback than Tom Brady was with Deshaun Watson, stronger arm. He's got Brandon Cooks, Randall Cobb. He's got David Johnson, Will Fuller. Okay, that's 4 right there. Now, what is this going to do to Deshaun Watson? What all this does is give him more options. Plus, he can still run, and he's mobile. He likes to run. He likes to be out there. Come on. This is the only positive coming out of both of these acquisitions for Texas, is the fact that Coach O'Brien, is absolutely attached to the hip, in love with Deshaun Watson. And Deshaun Watson loves O'Brien because he gets to play however he wants. Okay? I'm telling you, Deshaun Watson is the only good thing coming out of these acquisitions for Texas. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
So, D-Money, I'm going to take a quick second. We're going to thank our sponsor. Why don't you tell everybody who is our sponsor for this episode of Fantasy Football Academy 2020?
Zero Rotisserie Bar.
And Zero Rotisserie Bar, you can find them on Doucette Road here in Lafayette, Louisiana. If you're in the area, give them a call, 406-0013. They have family bundles that they're doing right now because of the whole COVID-19. They do have a reduced menu, but it's still a absolutely fabulous menu. They have the rotisserie chicken. They got full slab of ribs, your choice. Each bundle comes with 2 quarts of sides, comes with either your choice of a house or a Caesar salad, and a gallon of iced tea. Now, you can't beat that if you want to go out there and get a change from what you've been eating at home. I know we're deep into this COVID-19 quarantine, and I know we're all getting fed up with what we're eating at home, and we're all getting tired of cooking the same thing. Look, we had hot dogs tonight for dinner, all right? So I'm telling you, it's getting thin. We can give a call to Zia, 406-0013. You can find them on Doucette Road here in Lafayette, Louisiana. Look, they're a wonderful organization, a wonderful sponsor of the show. I appreciate them greatly. Go out and remember, if you're in the Lafayette area, remember, keep calm and carry out. Help to support the local restaurants here and anywhere that you are. If you're in an area outside of Louisiana, outside of Lafayette area, please pay attention to your local restaurants. Give them some love during this time. They are being hit probably one of the hardest industries that are being hit by this quarantine is the restaurant industry, the hospitality industry. Give them some love. When you're thinking about dinner, you're thinking about lunch, give them a call. Go to Grubhub, go to Waiter, go to DoorDash. You can find your favorite restaurant on those sites and get you something and help the economy back to where it needs to be. All right. D Money, as always, much love. I appreciate you spending some time with us. Guys, if you're
Thanks
out
for
there,
having me.
hey, look, if you're out there, show me some love down at the bottom. Leave a comment and please subscribe, like, and share on all your social media platforms. Throw it out there. Follow Fantasy Football Academy 2020. If you prefer to reach me on email, you can reach me at fantasyfootballacademy2020@gmail.com. I am the Dean, as always. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. D Money, we will see you next time. And we're going to be going over Michael Fabiano's Mock 5 draft with fantasy football. All right? Hey, stay together. Remember, we're in this together, and you're not alone. We're all here for you guys. Hoping to bring you some more content that you love, that you need, that you want. While you're there, show me some love. Once again, subscribe, like, share. Fantasy Football Academy 2020. I'm the Dean, signing off. Thank you much. Be safe. Stay home, guys.